this is the objective, but if this doesn't work, we've got a contingency plan. We've talked about options. We've talked about different ways that we can make things happen, because it's not always a straight line to the objective. Sometimes you have to wheedle your way through it and it ends up working out in the end, but you really have to have a strong professional by your side. I would love to talk about some examples where you've kind of seen this happen in your business, because I think real world examples paint a good picture and help really people understand the importance. Like, have you dealt with that in your career recently?
Yes, actually, in a couple of deals that I just closed with you. I had a couple come to me through one of my open houses on a listing of mine, and they were represented by another realtor who had submitted an offer on their behalf. Because that offer was contingent, another offer actually won out, but it went back and forth, right? Me trying to convey that there was still a little bit of time to see if they can remove contingency. Well, their realtor kind of fell off completely, and I didn't understand.
Like, just stop returning their calls,
stop returning my calls, returning my emails, returning my messages. And so it had been just over a week and a half, and I get a message from the buyers saying, hey, we're still trying to remove contingencies. We're still in this. And I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute.
And you're so good, though. You're like, you're represented by an agent. I can't help you. And it's so hard.
Yeah. I'm an ethical realtor.
Heck yeah.
Through and through. Doing good business is doing good business. That's what keeps us in business. And so I am very to the line when it comes to ethical behaviorisms. But so she reached out to me and I asked her, I said, hey, you are working with this other agent. I'm so sorry. We're under contract now. I tried to reach your other agent and they never responded. So there's not much I can do for you. And she responded like, oh my gosh, she's not responding to me either. I don't know what happened, but we're not working with her. And I said, okay, well, it sounds like a case of abandonment, which in fact, I can then work with you. And if you'd like, I'm happy to go through the process of finding you another home. But before, you still needed to sell your home. So if that's still on the table, I can also talk to you about that. So lo and behold, because this other agent truly abandoned them.
Well, it was almost like it's almost like they just wanted to get to the one deal, but they weren't really taking a comprehensive look at the whole picture and listening to what this couple needed and wanted and what was going to be in their best interest. Like, she was so quick to just sign this paperwork. And it had nothing to do with what they really wanted.
No, that's exactly what happened. So when I sat down with the buyers/sellers, right? When I sat down with them at their home and really discussed what happened, why do they think this realtor completely fell off? And it was a weird scenario, really. I mean, coming back to just doing paperwork, like pushing paper, this other realtor, instead of going contingent, had a different option that they could maybe potentially do, but she didn't fully explain it. She didn't satisfy all of their objections. She didn't answer all of their questions. So they were left like thinking they're going to get swindled.
Yeah. Well, and she didn't even listen.
No, not at all. So really what it came down to was this other realtor wanted to just sign, and we'll worry about the details later.
Yeah.
That is absolutely inappropriate.
Yeah.
That is not how I operate. I will not allow my clients. This is one of the reasons why I got into real estate in the first place, is because I was in that situation when I was in my early 20s. You know, and I'm sitting behind a big, huge presidential table, sign here. And I'm like, deer in headlights. Oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? Feeling like nobody has my back. Nobody's explaining any of these things to me. And so when I got my license back in 2007, that's exactly what I sought not to ever do for my clients.
Isn't that super interesting? You have a memory and it's so vivid and visceral of how it made you feel, and it's this big negative thing, but as a result, it's created this opportunity for you to be so different for your clients because you were in that chair, you were in that seat, and you felt all those feelings and those fears and emotions. And you're like, I'm going to take this negative example of what happened to me when I was in your shoes and turn it into such a positive way to support your clients, to listen to them, to change that dynamic so that that story is not repeated with as many people as you can help. That's huge. You've been there.